Performed in front of the Pope, had a string of top 10 hits with boy band A1, and is now set to take the UK by storm with his debut solo single, Sorry, and he's only 23. Ben Adams joins us now, and for your encore...
Thank you, that was
just merely be swimming
intro.
across the Atlantic with one arm. Now, you have been out of the public, though, for about 2 years, and I understand most of it you spent in a dressing gown.
I did, actually. I just kind of... I think when I left A1, I was a little bit confused as to who I was as a person and as an artist and stuff, so I needed to kind of get my head into whatever it was that I was going to be doing, so I pretty much locked myself away in my studio and didn't really come out. Grew a beard, that type of thing. But no, it was an odd couple of years because you kind of went from doing everything to doing absolutely nothing. And
it was so full on as well. I mean, the A1 were phenomenally successful in their own right. And doing, you know, on all the magazines and doing all the TV shows and stuff like that. So then suddenly you all decided to call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, we just kind of had our biggest hit that we'd ever had in a song called Caught in the Middle, and Paul was pushing on 30 and Christian was like 28, and we were just like, well, you know, we've had a good kind of run.
21.
I was still 12. No, it's just I think you know when you kind of get to a point in a band and you've kind of done. As much as you want to do with that band. It's just kind of time to move on, really, and wanted to kind of go...
Because it was incredible, wasn't it? You had eight top 10 hits and 2 #1s. And so when you took time out and you decided... I know that you wrote most of them, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you've spent 2 years really working on an album. That's what you've been doing.
Definitely.
Just writing.
Yeah, I needed to kind of get my head into exactly what I wanted to do. It's actually quite jazz-led, the album.
Right.
Because I was brought up on a lot of kind of jazz music and also a lot of soul music, and just wanted to take everything that I love about music and put it all kind of into one big melting pot.
Well, I think we're going to have a listen to your single now, then.
Great.
Sorry.
Cool.
Sorry for the mess I made. I whipped it up. Now it can't be saved. Sorry, wish I could take it back. I would if I could, but I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm down on my knees. I know I failed spectacularly. Sorry that I stooped so low. Just hear me out before you go.
Now, I don't know about you, Ben, but I think that sounds a bit Justin Timberlake-y.
So people say. That wasn't really the intention. I didn't kind of go out there saying I want to kind of sound like anybody in particular. I think maybe we've just kind of been brought up on similar types of music in the, you know, of the same kind of age group. So I think, you know, there are probably comparisons, but I don't really want to be like the British version of anyone apart from being the British version of Ben Adams.
It's a great departure, though, isn't it? From A1, what everybody's seen. I mean, I think Caught in the Middle was actually quite a distinct track in the A1 back catalogue as well. That was very different again. Yeah. And then this is a much more sort of jazzy and R&B sort of style to it. Yeah,
totally. I mean, you know, with the album, it kind of takes you on a journey, really. I mean, I just wanted to kind of, you know, I didn't want to have one of those albums that you kind of come out with and you don't really think about it and have a short kind of lived career, so I really put a lot of kind of work into it. There's a track on there called It's Brutal Out There, which I begin singing opera, which is kind of interesting.
That's right.
That's fantastic, because, well, it is totally up my street, but also because you're a classically trained musician, aren't you?
I did 2 classical albums before
exactly.
A1, so this is my 6th album. Can't be bad.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still only 23. He's been sitting on this sofa for a few minutes. And I know that Matt Lucas is a big fan, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I met Matt at the Brits, and he came up to me and just was kind of telling me how much he enjoyed my songwriting and stuff, and it was great, really. I didn't really tell anyone about that. I'm not quite sure how people found out. But no, it's great. I mean, you know, I love Little Britain.
And apparently he wanted you to send him your album. So have you done that?
Yeah, I haven't done actually yet.
But you will be now.
It's on the way. It's on the way. I haven't really sent it to anybody yet, to be honest.
It's sorted. And when we next speak to you, of course, when you're going to be actually singing Sorry, by that time you'll have presumably written another couple of albums.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, I've written about 250 songs over the last couple of years, so I've got quite a few
there ready to go.
Definitely.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank
and as I
you.
said, we are going to hear this the new single in full after.